Howdy partner. Red Dead Redemption 1 is out on PC now and I finally got to play it after 14 years. To put that in perspective, I was in 2nd grade when this game first released and now I've completed my computer science graduation. This is how I feel right now. Red Dead Redemption 1 won't match up graphically to more modern games, but it still looks good.
Matter of fact,
at times it actually looks stunning. This is a fantastic PC port and I had no performance issues anywhere. But it is not a remaster, it is a direct port. What that means is that Rockstar made no actual improvements to the visuals and is basically charging you $50 for a 14-year-old game. Hell, they couldn't even be bothered to update the slow-ass store menus or even add modern controller support. For a game that literally has redemption in the title, Rockstar sure hasn't changed their greedy ways. Before we talk about the gameplay, I just want to mention that the health bar in this game just did not function for me. Look at this, I'm getting shot and I will die, but the health bar never changes. Whatever I tried, nothing fixed this issue in the main game or in Undead Nightmare. Goofy glitch. The gunplay in RDR1 is just awesome and I think that's because it's quite similar to GTA 4. The controls are snappy and responsive, ragdoll system is amazing, and like I've never seen another game where you can shoot someone's legs and then they try to shoot back at you like this. This was actually the first time in a Rockstar game where you can carry multiple weapons of the same type with you, which later made its way into GTA 5. There's plenty of video gamey shit like red barrels which are used sparingly to spice things up as well. Now yes, the cover system is as broken as your parents' marriage at times, but it didn't matter much to me because I mostly went full run and gun mode. When you play like this, RDR1 instantly becomes infinitely more fun to play, especially when you bring the Deadeye mode into the mix as well. Even when shooting from the horse, the game doesn't fuck up your flow because when aiming, the horse automatically follows the path by itself, which is a big brain move by the devs. Guns sound good and are easy to distinguish, but the thing that they have in common is that they all feel great to use and the sense of impact be hitting, bruh. Probably the best gunplay ever in a Rockstar game, right up there with GTA 4. The melee combat, however, is also right down there with GTA 4. I thought that hand-to-hand combat couldn't get any worse than this, yet here we are.
this nigga is trash.
The less we talk about it, the better. The open world of Red Dead Redemption 1 is probably the best Wild West setting in gaming. The atmosphere of this game makes me want to go like, there's a snake in my boot. The soundtrack is just a masterpiece. The location variety is on point with cities, vast barren landscapes, and snowy mountains combined with really immersive weather effects. Damn. Bro thinks he's in an edit. Oh, and that introduction sequence when you first get to Mexico is something that you won't forget easily. Of course, attention to detail in the game is top notch, like hell you can even peek inside people's home. My problem with this is that when John does it, it's okay, but when I do it, she calls the police. Now most of the map does feel empty, which fits with the setting, but man does it get boring to just constantly ride your horse from one end of the map to the other. Like compare the player engagement in driving a car in GTA 8 versus riding a horse in Red Dead Redemption. Thankfully the game does have fast travel to waypoints from campfires and stagecoaches, and I'm not ashamed to say that I used it a lot. But GamingTank, what do you do in this open world other than riding a horse? Well, I'm glad you asked. You can play games like Blackjack and Five Finger Filet. Oh, nice victory! Very good, you son of a bitch! Oh shit, you'll never catch me alive! And then everyone lived happily ever after. Hunt and skin animals, take in the beautiful scenery and pretend to be a cowboy for real, on God, no cap. I'm telling you, you just don't get it, mom. He's literally me. I've gone fucking crazy making these videos. Ruin people's lives, and you're homeless. And you're homeless. Take part in races and realize that controlling the horse can be straight up miserable at times and nothing has been done to improve upon it even when re-releasing the game 14 years later. Get some Wild West drips, become the best bounty hunter ever, take part in random events including awesome duels, call me fastest finger in the west or some cause I don't even need my pee-pee to make her come. There's also strangers and freaks kind of missions here, which range from being unfun, mundane fetch quests to actually fun, entertaining side stories. Oh, and speaking of the story, Red Dead Redemption 1 takes place around 4 years after the epilogue of Red Dead Redemption 2. It follows John Marston, a former outlaw trying to leave his violent past behind and build a peaceful life with his family. However, just like in STD, his past catches up with him when government agents hold his wife and son hostage and force him to track down members of his old crew, the Vanderland gang. Now John must do whatever it takes to secure his family's freedom. The rest is up to you to find out, and I won't spoil anything major. I think this story hits even harder now for someone like me who played Red Dead Redemption 2 before this game. Set in the fading Wild West of 1911, the narrative explores themes of redemption, morality, and that gray area, and it does so without coming off as forced or corny. The casting choices are literally perfect. Rockstar has always been good at creating memorable characters with distinct personalities, and Red Dead Redemption 1 is no exception in that regard. The side characters are interesting.
Bonnie McFarlane. Miss Bonnie McFarlane.
And John is a smug, sarcastic badass, and I absolutely love his journey in this game.
Can I see the boots, gringo?
I think you can see him from where you're standing just fine, senor.
Take off the boots, Americano.
As you wish.
Whether it be humor, drama, or anything in between, the writing is obviously fantastic because Red Dead Redemption 1 is from a time when games weren't soft, and damn it, that really works in its favor. No punches are pulled because the game isn't afraid to be dark and mature, and I love that. It is one of the main reasons why this story hits you in the feels that hard. That being said, sometimes it really feels like the story is dragging, and I found myself questioning what the is even the point of some of these missions, which brings us to the mission design. Now, missions can be entertaining with the various set pieces, and because the core gunplay mechanics are great. But once again, Rockstar's outdated game design is on full display, as almost every mission is like, go to the mission marker, start the mission, follow some dumbass to the location where the mission actually starts, shoot a bunch of people, and then rinse and repeat again and again and again
until we're both dead.
I swear, man, these games give absolutely zero shits about replayability. I mean, the missions don't feel as restrictive as Rockstar's later titles, and RDR1 does have the option to skip to destination many times, but they are still a huge disappointment compared to the open-ended missions of older Rockstar games from back in the day. Also, there are some very drawn-out turret sections which were like a staple of games from this era, and some missions here are just inexcusable and should have never even been in the game in the first place. Why in a game about a man who's on the hunt for his former gang members am I spending literal hours upon hours of my life in mission after mission just hurting a bunch of animals? Oh my god, they're going the wrong way again. I can't be bothered, man.
What the hell?
Finally, we get to the Undead Nightmare expansion, and the story here is that you are fighting zombies in a Wild West setting. This is the most bro idea ever. The entire game gets a different vibe, and call this a Diddy party cause even the animals aren't safe. To make deleting zombies more fun, here you have more Deadeye, and there's finally the return of some gore in a Rockstar game for the first time since GTA San Andreas. Hell, there's even a flaming horse here, like I'm on some Ghost Rider type shit in this bitch. But my problem here is the mission design yet again. See, most missions in this DLC take some time to appear after one another, so in the meantime, the main thing you do is clear out outposts, which makes this DLC start off strong, but then it gets really repetitive as it goes on. I just wanna know who the f in the creator's office was like, you know, this setting is so cool and there's so much interesting stuff that can be done with it.
Psych!
Let's force the player to spend an hour collecting a bunch of flowers instead.
Are you serious right now, bro?
But overall though, despite its flaws, RDR1 is still a fun game that I do actually recommend, but only on sale. Because ain't no way I'm letting my audience get ripped off like this, bruh. As always, thank you all so much for watching till the end. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.